appeared on the internet at 3 o'clock this morning.
My declaration of war against the United States of America and its allies. Until every last foreign soldier has left Georgia, this war will continue on American soil and around the world, claiming the lives of the aggressors. The scales of power have been newly balanced, and we will no longer accept the tyranny of the United States.
Blamed the U.S. media for their part in spreading Kombain Nikoladz's message. Ironic counterpoint to the situation at home, U.S. soldiers in Georgia and Azerbaijan have spent their fifth night without combat. Though tensions remain high, military intelligence has been unable to locate any remaining Georgian commando. Have dramatically increased their efforts to find Kombain Nikoladze. U.S. intelligence is combing a constantly expanding search radius extending from Georgia. Each new country another possible secret alliance with the...
Because what we have here is a situation where further airstrikes just won't do any good. Nikoladze's army, if that's what you want to call it, is a bunch of...
As mourning relatives prepare funeral services, America's law enforcement and military forces prepare for the unknown, waiting for Kombain Nikoladze's next move.
Hello, my name is Gwectro, and this is Tom Clancy Splinter Cell, full stealth walkthrough with 0 alerts and minimal knockouts. And this is Kalinatek.
Fisher, your mission is a man named Ivan. When Grimstarter got made in Kalinatek's server, Nikoladze's mercenaries got spooked. They're pulling up stakes, wiping out all evidence of their presence, including Ivan and his comrades.
Who's Ivan?
One of Nikoladze's geeks, a programmer.
They're killing their own men.
It's all evidence. Let's pray you find him first. Details on your OPSAT.
So instead of climbing the fence, we're going to have a nice little conversation with Wilkes first.
This last minute stuff bugs me out.
I'll figure it out.
Well, be careful.
I've already got a mother, Wilkes.
We are going to proceed into the parking lots here. This mission is pretty hectic. We do have some ways of getting through it as stealthily as humanly possible. There are some forced sections of the mission that you have to knock out enemies, however, at the very end. Right here in the very beginning, I shoot out the fire extinguisher, and this enemy sees that it is busted open. He gets suspicious. He's going to do a little patrol here, which will allow us to get past this van. The other guard there just chilling out, standing there in that little cubby. We're going to pick up a can, throw it in the corner. Don't leave this wall here or else the other guard will see you. Both of these guards will get suspicious, look in that direction, and we'll be able to open the door and proceed. Level 2 of the parking lot here. On the PC version, in my opinion, I believe it's a little bit easier to get through this than the PS2 version. PS2 version of this mission here in the parking lot has the whole flickering lights mechanic, which is really cool. We're just going to throw this can here while they're talking. And this guard here usually will be standing in place, but sometimes you also proceed to move forward in that direction. And they'll both look over there, which will give you enough time to get out of the window here, get on this platform, and zip line down into the next part of the mission without being seen. There is the Kalinatek building that we're going to be proceeding into. Do a nice little zip line up here.
West wing of pit 4 is clear. Moving on to 6.
How many encryption keys did you retrieve?
This is our 7th.
Hearing the mafiosos in the building here as they're murdering these technicians.
Of course he's dead.
What about his encryption key?
The key?
Yes, the encryption key.
I got it. It's destroyed. Let's move on.
I do wait here on the wall if you go down and crash into the window, which is what you have to do. They will hear you sometimes. Not that it really matters. But just so we don't hear the music here throughout the entirety of the mission. I like to just wait until they get out of the room there. We are going to knock this enemy out because in my version of a full stealth playthrough, I do want to knock out the guards that hold keypad codes. so that we're not just sitting here memorizing them, we're actually showing where the keypad code is, the sources of where they are. I think that's pretty important to show off in a walkthrough personally. But you can do whatever you want, that is just my choice. There's the keypad code there that he was holding. Open up the door. And Sam's going to take a little break here. Going to shoot some hoops for a little bit. Perfect free throw percentage. Pick up some ammo. And we move along. Got to worry about this broken glass here on the ground, because there are two guards that are just standing in place on the outside of that door there that he can open up. And then they also can hear you in this vent too if you're not crouching in this way. You're able to crouch a little bit faster if you ADS with your gun sideways. They will hear you if you do that, so you just want to make sure you crouch normally through the vent here instead.
And the art files? Destroyed, every one of them. Thank God. Make sure you leave the bodies where the fire will get them. Of course.
Now you're going to have two guards come up here in just a second. All hell is breaking loose. And they're going to set up some good old wall mines.
Last week it was those turrets. This week it's wall mines.
So, I use the tools they give me.
You obsess over them.
You have to admit, these are cool.
Yes, but if we plant too many, it's dangerous.
So we're waiting for their dialogue to end.
Dangerous.
And then a guard is going to come in this direction here. The other guard is going to be going in that other direction over here. We're going to shoot out
Hey, what is that?
part of the window here, or part of the glass here, with the fish tank, showing off the amazing water physics. He will get suspicious, and the other guard on the other end will proceed down into the other part of the hallway, so we don't have to worry about him anymore until a little bit later. But now we want to crouch behind this guard, go to the right. I want to crouch slowly because sometimes the guard will hear you, and obviously the wall mine being right in front of us. He's going to look in that direction again. If he will hear you if you're crouching a little too fast, and it won't even seem noticeable. But if he hears you, he will look in your direction instead. Like I said, kind of hard to notice it because he won't really make any sort of animation to tell you that he was alerted to you or suspicious with your crouching speed and noise. As long as if he looks in the other direction, you're good to go. We're gonna throw a can here. This could be a little bit random on how this plays out. We kind of get the bad RNG here. We want the previous patrol guard that was in this hallway here coming down into this hallway with his partner, because there's another patrol guard at that part of the hallway, and we need to get through that hallway because there's an elevator that we have to get into. So that patrol guard is doing what we want him to do, which is great. We're going to do a little roll into this corner.
I see something.
He's going to get suspicious because he sees something. We grab the can just for safety in case he just locks up in place here and I have to throw it. But since he doesn't, this is usually fairly consistent, but there is a bit of variation with that. That is usually what happens.
A little more out of Ivan.
There's a group of mercenary programmers alive on the 3rd floor.
They're trapped behind a cluster of wall mines.
You think they might have encryption keys?
It's worth checking.
So now you got some guys trapped in a corner of wall mines, and we have to rescue them. There are some guards shooting out a whole bunch of computers, erasing information. You can run by, or not run by, but crouch by quickly here if you would like. But just for consistency's sake, we just wait until they get out of the room here. And when they get out of the room, they're just standing in place at the other end of where we previously were. And then just kind of show off the guy getting a little pop. Or sola, or cola. He's getting pissed off, he's getting frustrated, he can't get one. He's like, yeah, forget it. Just wanted to show off there that that's where they are, and they just stand there the whole time, so you're all good to go. Here are the technicians trapped in the corner of wall mines here. So we wait until the wall mine turns green. And we are going to use that can in just a second. Once we disarm these wall mines. Because while we're conversating with this technician here, 2 guards are going to walk on in.
I need an encryption key.
We don't have any.
Why should I believe you?
There is a bomb.
What?
The Spetsnaz planted it to destroy the data archives. But they put it right next to the gas pipes. It will take out this whole floor.
How do I get there?
You will need the keypad code for the door. I think it's 33575.
Very nice technician giving us a keypad code.
Grim checked the building specs. That geek's
So we
story about gas pipes holds up.
walk up here to the middle of the room.
Fast. You don't have a lot of time.
And the guard gets suspicious, and then immediately after, we're going to throw this can behind him. The reason why we do this is we want both the guards to walk out of this room, doing some patrolling outside so that we can creep by them. If we don't throw the can behind them, sometimes one of the guards will just freeze in place and not get out of the room. So that's why we do not only the walk up to the middle of the room for them to see us in the light, but also throw the can behind them so that they get moving. They both get moving and do some patrolling. And the patrols and where they're looking at and where they go is kind of random. This is a variation of it, but as long as their back is in front of you, which is usually the case with all their variations of patrols, you should be good to go. It's fairly consistent to get out of that room using that strat. Input the keypad code, and then we're just gonna run through all these flames. And since there's no guards here to get alerted, we can just blow up everything. Who cares? There is a normal way of doing that where you have to creep by a whole bunch of wall mines, but come on. That's more fun. Also, like I said in an earlier mission, I believe it was police station mission, but fun fact about the game on the PC version on the keyboard and mouse, I don't know if it's the same for controller players, but for every door in the game that you have to lockpick, there is a very specific sequence of buttons to press in order to unlock the door, and it's always the same on the keyboard. Always the same buttons
That could have been bad.
for each and every door that you have to unlock with the lockpicks. So you can master each and every door in the game if you would like,
Meaning you won't be able
opening
to
it
open
as
the
quickly
doors
as
until you
possible
found
with
that
the
breaker.
lockpicks.
Details on
If
your
you
upside.
learn the button patterns to press for each and every door. It's actually pretty cool little thing to learn, especially for the speed run of this game too. There's some guards here that we just crouch by. There's more than enough darkness to get through here, through those guys. And we can hang on the ledge here to initiate this cutscene.
I need backup now.
So they're gonna start running out of here. So it's either you walk into the room a little bit and initiate the cutscene, or you do this instead. And I feel like this is a little better and a little safer, because you can just climb right back up. And they're just gonna run past you. They're gonna run past you and just stand in this auditorium area here. Now, allow us to go down. So there's going to be one more guard chilling out down here, so we're going to shoot out some lights, because we want to get that guard moving. So I did miss there.
How the hell?
Shoot out that light over there, shoot out this light here.
How the
The reason why we shoot out both is because, as you can hear it, oh in the hell, how in the hell. If you hear him say it twice, he's going to look at both the directions there. His back is facing against us, which allows us to get enough time to switch the object here, which is what we need in order to move on.
Nothing. Stepan. No. There's nothing out here. Auditorium's clear. We are returning to our post.
So the mafiosos that were originally up top and running upstairs are now coming back down, including that other guard that's done patrolling. So we're just going to wait for these two guys to walk back in here. And as long as you are in this corner, you're good to go. That guy is not going to sense you or see you. Neither is this guy over here. That is it. You're good to go. More than enough darkness as well, since we shut off the lights. And once we're on this side, you don't have to worry about them anymore. You're all good. So we are going to knock out another guard for a keypad code up the stairs here. There's an extra guard up here. So we're going to wait here in this corner until he turns the other way again, because he will see you sometimes if you climb up here. We're going to go right into the middle here. Actually, not in the middle just yet. We're actually going to wait here in this corner. He's going to walk back here and we're going to jump.
Who is that?
Get suspicious. That other guard in front of us on the far end will always just stand there and plays, head bobbing. So this is perfectly safe. And he's going to turn around. This guard here is going to get suspicious. And since we're in the darkness, he's not going to see us. We're going to knock him out here. Grab the satchel. And then we're going to get that keypad code. And since he is in this corner, in the darkness, and no other patrol guards come into this corner here, he's always going to be safe to just plop right there. You can proceed into the next part. Got two guards up there, up in the window. We're going to run quickly.
I heard something.
They're going to hear something.
Who is that?
Crouch right when you get up to the top of the stairs. Just hang along the ledge, or the wall here. You don't have to do the spin, that's just style points, because Sam Fisher can do that. This is fairly consistent, and they'll just move forward. You can perceive the move behind them after a certain point here. Do hang on to the wall there, because sometimes they will just sense you if you do not. There you go, and then just for safety measure, I do like to kind of hang onto this wall here and press up onto the wall, because again, just like before, sometimes they will see you if you don't press up onto the wall. And the only reason why I do this is just for safety measure, so that they do not see me walking back into that room that they were previously in. So I just like to do this for safety and consistency. Now, I am going to make a bit of a mistake here, but I did want to keep it in the video just to show how it plays out, because we are going to have to worry about another patrol guard here. The chair is trapping me in the corner. This is all optional here.
Talk.
I don't want to
But I just
die.
wanted to show it off.
Are you Ivan?
Who? No. It hurts. Please, take me to the infirmary.
So I did pick up this can by mistake. I'm going to show the patrol guard here. I do want to do this optional bit just for dialogue's sake. I think it's interesting to have to carry a technician to the infirmary, which is right behind us there. He's going to give us some more dialogue on potentially where Ivan is. This guard is chilling out here. Move forward, and I make a little mistake here. Drop the can, and he gets alerted. So I mistakenly did that, but I wanted to keep it in the video just to show off that you still have a chance to not get sensed here or seen. He's going to do a little patrol. I do cut it out here in just a second. He even walks into the room, but as long as you are pressed up onto the wall here, he stares at you as well, but he proceeds to not do anything. And he's going to walk around this whole hallway, so I am going to cut that part out there just for time's sake. It's pretty boring to watch. He just walks up and down the hallway, and then he's going to proceed to do his normal patrol afterwards, and the music will be done playing. So I just wanted to show off that even if you do make what will probably be a pretty common mistake there, you can just hide in that corner and press up on the wall, and it all will be good to go.
Thank you. Who are you?
Do you have an encryption key?
They took it. Destroyed it. They've gone mad. I don't know what...
I need to find a man named Ivan. He's locked himself behind the building's fire doors.
Then he must be on the 5th floor.
That helps. Thanks.
Must have been so tired.
So we do place him in this corner here, because if you do not, the guard will get alerted to you talking to him. He was in the beds in front of us, so we put him in the corner here so that the guard does not see us or him. And he'll never see him. He won't even care about him if he's in that corner as well. So he will never get suspicious of a body. So now we can pick up the can. We're going to use it the way that we originally were intending to use it for this part here. So we're going to hide out in this corner. It's going to come up forward. We don't want to press away too far from this wall because sometimes he'll see you in the corner of his eye. But you want to get that can into that part of the hallway so that he'll move into that part of the hallway. Sometimes if you do not get it far enough into that part of the hallway, he'll just stand in place and then immediately turn around, which will be bad for us because he just goes back in this direction here. So we want to make sure he's walking in that direction. This is a kind of a funny thing to do here. You don't have to do this, and you probably shouldn't. We use the fire extinguisher to blow some steam into his face. He's coughing. We're taking a little bit of damage. Instead of doing the traditional alert with jumping behind him, we just do that. He's just typing on his computer again. Whatever. Fire extinguisher blowing up in my face. Who cares?
To cover our asses politically, we clued in the FBI.
Funny little thing there.
Ivan for them.
So what am I doing here?
Ivan's a technicality. All we need to trace Nikolai's is his encryption key. Get that, and we're golden.
So we're close to being able to get to Ivan here.
We might have missed something.
We're just gonna chill out in this corner.
How could we have missed somebody?
Listen.
Yeah,
Listen to them fighting with each other.
Nothing.
And then the moment they start moving
Hold on a second.
is the moment we start crouching behind them.
Make it fast.
So this one patrol guard is going to go to the left. We're going to follow this guy behind him onto the right. And as he sets up to have a little bathroom break, we're just going to jump up here right next to him. And for some reason, he doesn't see us.
Please don't.
Tell me who.
So we do want to crouch into this vent as slowly as possible because sometimes the guy will sense us here in this vent.
I don't know.
You have 5 seconds to give me a name, you worthless.
So we're just showing off what will happen here. It's counting it down.
I swear.
We're just going to jump in right on schedule.
Oh God, oh God, oh God.
We're going to save Ivan. Now we can finally talk to Ivan. So you have to knock this guy out. It's no choice. It's mandatory in order to proceed.
Yes. You are American? You are police?
Yes and no. The police are on their way. Until they get here, I'm the only friend you've got. And I'm not a very good one.
We have to leave. We have to hurry. They'll find us soon.
It's not my job. I'm here for your encryption key.
That wasn't the deal.
The deal still stands. The feds will get you out of here alive, but first you have to give me the key.
That wasn't the deal I made with the woman on the phone.
Listen, do I come to your job and tell you how to murder civilians?
What?
No. So don't come to my job and tell me how to do mine. The feds are on their way or here already. You're gonna be fine. You can give me the key, or I can take it.
That wasn't the deal.
You're working from a very limited phrase book. Listen, just give me the key. I'm tired and I hate making people scream.
The music is still playing from when we made the other patrol guard suspicious with the can earlier in the infirmary. And sometimes the game just keeps playing the suspicion music. Nothing we can really do about that.
You're gonna like this.
But now we got the information we need from Ivan and we can move forward.
All over the top floor. We're gonna have to do some cleaning before the Osprey can safely touch down for extraction.
So now this part of Kalinatek is going to get pretty interesting for full stealth. And yet again, showing off the amazing water physics of the original Splinter Cell, which innovated lighting and shadow systems in stealth games, as well as physics systems. This was one of the games that led the innovation with those things, so it's cool to kind of show it off every once in a while and show off the whole dynamic of shooting out lights to run past enemies in the shadows. It was a very innovative thing back in the day for the original Splinter Cell and Ubisoft. So we shoot out those two lights there. If you don't shoot out the light in the beginning, the guards will see us sometimes walking forward. We want to press up onto this wall here and move forward. If we do not, sometimes one of the guards here will see us. And now for this strategy, we're going to skip this first forced combat sequence by running into it in this room here as quickly as possible and immediately turning. And if you do it successfully, the guard will just look the other way instead of bringing in his patrol guards with him to start shooting at us forcefully. So we can skip the first forced combat encounter here with that little trick. Why that works, who knows? But as you can see, showing off the guards here, they just stand in place and they're confused. They're supposed to do something and we completely manipulated it. But now in this section here, unfortunately, because it triggers the moment you walk into the room, we have to take out these guards. It is mandatory. Kind of lead your shot a little bit with the sticky shocker. You don't have to take damage here, but since this is a this is not a no damage playthrough or anything, so I just don't mind taking that damage. But you can avoid damage there, and then we can just leave the bodies there. Nobody comes through. So now we're going to shoot out this light here on the ceiling. I just waited for some dialogue to play out just because I wanted to show it off. And then we're going to shoot out this light here. And this is a bit random. There's not a whole lot of consistency here, unfortunately. It's just what the patrol guards feel like doing. But this is what you would like to happen for both of these patrol guards here to walk to the right so that we can move past them here on the other end. And then also this patrol guard up there, he's doing his own thing, so we can proceed to walk past. Like I said, pretty random, so unfortunately you might have to reload the checkpoint a couple times. If you're on Xbox, reload the save on PC to get it right. And then this is pretty consistent here. We just crouch behind this guy the whole way through, and you'll be nice and safe. You want to crouch slowly. Crouch too fast, he will hear you. Press up onto the wall, he turns the other way, and boom. Easy. And for this next part here, yet again another bit of a minor mistake, but I wanted to keep it in the video because, again, there are aspects of the original Splinter Cell doing it full stealth where it can get a bit random. And this is some of the randomness that I want to show off here. So this is consistent. Jump on the edge here. And now we want this guy to get alerted to us here in front of us, but sometimes he's doing his head bobbing thing and then he doesn't care about us here in the light. We want him to get suspicious to us here in the light, but since that didn't happen, I gotta pull out plan B, which is simply just waiting for the right patrol sequence here in order to get through these guys. So there's one up top of us and two guards down here. And my plan B is going to be shooting out one of these lights in front of me so that we can get this other guy in front of us moving. So I make a little bit of noise. He goes forward. They're not going to see you here in this part of the shadows. You are good to go, even though the shadow meter is very close to the light part of it. You should be good. This guy is going to do a whole other patrol. That failed. So So now we're just going to go back and do our plan B now. Which is going all the way back here. Which is not very far. I make it sound like it's a couple miles away, but right behind us here again. This patrol guard up top is pretty consistent. He's going to be okay in that corner there. He's usually not going to turn around. We're going to wait for this other guard that we made suspicious previously and do it all over again. Either in hopes that the guard in front of us will get alerted to us this time around or get suspicious of us here in the light, or we're going to have to do a plan B, which is shooting out the light behind him. Yet again, the head bobbing. He doesn't care. Turns around, so we're going to shoot out this light. Because of the distance of how far we are from him, he's not going to get alerted to our gunfire. So there is some randomness in this section, and there's nothing you can do about it sometimes. So I wanted to show off how you can use some of that randomness to your advantage here in the moment by adapting. Because that's stuff that you just have to do sometimes when you're trying to do a full stealth run here. So I just wanted to show it off. And then you shoot out this light here, because you're going to need to here in a second. Because unfortunately, Wilkes is getting shot up. And he is going to go down, and we have to save him. So we have to hang out here. There is a split jump that you can pull off here. I'm actually trying to do something else, however, but I do end up pulling out. I end up successfully pulling out the split jump that you can do here at the very end. It's pretty difficult. What I'm actually trying to do is, as you can see, that guard is going up the ladder. If you get up here high enough while failing the split jump, that's what we're going to do here in just a second, and you land on this metal pipe, sometimes that guard will go back down the ladder, and you can proceed to go up that platform safely with the other guys shooting at our plane here. But unfortunately, I don't show it off, and instead I just successfully complete the split jump, and as you can see, I got enough height, and he goes down the ladder, but I completed the split jump instead, so that is mission complete. He does come back up as well, and looks at me, but the mission's over. And I'm not taking any damage. You'll see if you take damage, if your screen starts flinching, and he didn't shoot at us, so you know what? It's a full stealth run. And that is it for me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this walkthrough of Kalinatek here on the PC version of the game. If you enjoy this type of content, really be awesome considering subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell. And you can also check out the previous and future missions of this walkthrough by going into the playlist in the video description below and checking it out. And you can also check out the no commentary version as well if you like to just watch the pure gameplay. My name is Guectro. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, goodbye.